Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. It's been a few days. I'd run out of beer. I'm uploading a video of some beers that are going to come to the channel. And I said in that video that this beer will be coming up as soon as this video is done. That is the beer that I'm doing. So by the time you get to see that, you'll know what beer it is. And by the time you actually click maybe on the video and see the title, you'll know, won't you? Anyway, shush. We got another one from Stonehouse now. It's a hazy pale ale. Now this has been out for about 2-3 weeks, I think. Two weeks maybe on tap. Been waiting for new labels and that. I've gone in there today, popped in there for a cheeky one, and the beers are up. So this is what we've got coming. And like I say, from Stonehouse Brewery, Days to Come Tropical Pale Ale, double dry hopped. It's coming in at 4.4%. New branding. A lot of you won't know about the old branding or anything, but they're going for some new branding on the labels. Plain black crown, 500ml bottle. And I bought a case and a half of these. Shane very kindly gave me 6 bottles as well, because he knows I send them off and what have you. So it's a bit of promoting for him. It's costing him 6 bottles, but I actually bought 2 cases, or bought a case and a half and got 2 cases off him. So I always support the brewery anyway. Now on the back it says Sabro, Citra and Cascade hops give tropical pineapple aroma and hints of coconut on the nose. Pina colada in a pint glass. Hazy and vegan friendly. Now I've told you that they don't tend to have much on there, but it's very much a pina colada inspired beer. So let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Not, like I say, I'm not sure how much it is individually, about the £2.50 mark. I bought a case and a half. Like I said, there was 6 bottles extra in there as well. And I bought a pint at the same time, and it coming at 44 quid. So sort of like 19 drinks, if you like. Was 44 quid, which I worked out to be £2.31. So let's get this cracked open and see what we get. Now, I remember when Shane, the owner, told me about this beer. He actually thinks it's one of their very best. But I also know a few lads who drink in there who like their other IPAs, who haven't been so keen on it. And I think that is literally just down to personal preference. I've had many glasses of it since it's been released. So beer in a glass. It's very pale. It is hazy. I'm going to say it looks a little bit darker on the camera here than what it looks like that anyway. But generally, when I'm sitting in there, it looks very light, very pina colada-ish, shall we say. Hazy pina colada-ish looking. Can't see any bubbles going up, but I'm sure there's some. And we've got about a finger of white on top. Getting lovely aromas off it already. I do like the beer, it's got to be said. Let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. Oh, that's beautiful. Hoppy. The hoppiness is there. It's kind of light, but weighty. It's not banging you in the chops with hops, nor is it just faint that you kind of notice it. It's in between. Fresh, hoppy, pineapple, a little bit of pine, I'm going to say. A touch of sweetness. A tickle of coconut on the nose. But yeah, I mean, it says tropical, you know, which it kind of is, but it's more pineapple rather than sort of tropical, a mixed bowl of tropical fruits on the nose. But what it does smell is absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to get the rest out of the bottle. These hazy ones tend to come with some lumps and bumps in the bottom, so I'm fully expecting this to have a couple, although it's not been sat around for too long, so I don't suppose the yeast has really settled. The beer has hazed up even more. So Days to Come Tropical Double Dry Hopped Pale, 4.4%. First beer from Kev, who moved over from Salopian. I can't get my words out. Let's dive in, give it a taste. Cheers. That's very nice. That's very nice. I actually think, though, on this odd occasion, this is my first mouthful from a bottle, is I actually feel that on tap it's better. That's just my first impressions. But let's go in again. A bit more of a heavier body. And like I said, I think it's a bit darker as well. Certainly darker than what you get out of the tap, I'm going to say. Decent body for 4.4%. That's a really decent body. Very smooth. Got a creaminess about it. A sort of coconut creaminess. Very minimal on carbonation. Lovely and soft in the mouth. I don't know why I put it down because I'm pretty much picking it up again to have another taste. Hoppy, tropical, pine, pineapple. A little bit dank, I'm going to say, which is not necessarily something I pick up on when I'm having it off the tap. But this has a dank feel to it, I'm going to say. You definitely get coconut in there. Coconut's a funny one because I think it's not something that I always pick up on. But I think when you hear coconut, you think of Bounty Bar and you expect it to be this big full-on coconut sort of flavour. But I find with a lot of beers it's not. It's there, but it's a different kind of coconut flavour to it. But that is in here. Piney, maybe even a little bit resinous. Very drinkable, very thirst quenching. I think the bottle feels a bit heavier than it does out of tap. And I actually think the tap version feels a little bit more drinkable, feels a little bit more fruity, shall we say. .4%, masses of flavour, masses of body, I'm going to say, for that ABV. Feels taste wise and body wise, it feels a bigger beer. In ABV terms, you don't get any of that sort of 4.4% really, you know, which you wouldn't expect to, but it certainly doesn't feel heavier in ABV terms. Certainly one you could smash down in the summer. We've just hit summer now, haven't we? We're in the first day. Let me just get rid of that message. Or was it first day of summer yesterday? Today, second day. So it's definitely one of them smashable beers. If we start getting lots of sun, this is one of them beers that you can certainly whack a few down you. And at 4.4% again, it's light enough that you could session it pretty decently. What do I think of it? Oh, pardon me. What do I think of it? Excuse me, that one took me by surprise. Oh yeah. And as soon as you burp, I know it's crude, but as soon as you burp, coconut, you really get that coconut thing coming up. But yeah, what do I think of it? I've got to admit, I prefer it out of tap. On this occasion, there's been many of their beers that I think are sort of better in a bottle, or have been, because you pick up certain notes and that. But I'm going to say, this is great. This is great. But for me, I think it's actually better out the tap. But yeah, another banging beer from Stonehouse Brewery. Like I said, I've drunk several of these already. Not just today. What I mean is I've drunk several of these since it's been released. I've not been in there all bloody day, you know what I mean? But yeah, on tap, it's banging, absolute, and I mean proper top banging. It's still a banging beer now, but if you can get down to the brewery and try this, it's much better out of tap. But that is still a belting beer, a very drinkable beer, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we end up going back and picking up some more of these. So yeah, if you're somewhere near Oswestry, pop into Stonehouse Brewery. If you're doing a visit around North Wales, if you can get there, go in, have some food, have some beer, give it a try. Fantastic brewery, fantastic beer. There's my thoughts on this one. Probably the first review of this beer, no doubt, on YouTube, and probably one of the first to be drinking it. But if you have been fortunate enough to have it already, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. 11 minutes in. I'm just going to say bye. See you on another one. Cheers.